Hey ratbags, it's Jade. Today in Palworld I'm going to give you a guide to FROSTALLION, one of the legendary pals that you can get. It's basically a overworld boss alongside a few others. These are really challenging. They've got much bigger health pools than some of the other mini bosses that you've probably come across. You also need one of these to get the variants, the FROSTALLION Knocked, and honestly one of the toughest boss fights outside of the towers. Let's go. So you're going to need to head to the snow biome, which is all the way to the top north and this particular lake. You should not be attempting to do this boss fight until you're well into your 40 levels. In fact, I was max level and it still took me around 25 minutes with some of my strongest fire pals. Bearing in mind, I've already got my gameplay boosted as well in terms of how much damage my pals do. So yes, I think this would be even tougher if you're doing it on an official server or just vanilla default settings. You can see it is level 50, it is one of the last overworld bosses you should be fighting, and it's got 13,000 health. Now lots of the tower bosses have a lot more health than that of course, but it's all relative. It tends to scale, so even if you've got a weapon that supposedly can do 500 damage, you'll notice it never does do like 500 damage. Either way, you want to make sure you've got your best fire pals here. It's obviously a frost pal, so anything that's going to be doing heavy fire damage against it is going to be suitable. Now I did make the mistake of not bringing enough food to keep my pals fed, so eventually some of them basically run out of food and then they wouldn't regen their health. But we're getting lots and lots of nice shots there. You can see all in red the numbers showcasing that fire is the way to go. This guy is incredibly tough. Like I said, it fires obviously lots of ice damage at you. It can freeze you in spot with an area effect attack, and then that will do more damage to you over time. Here it is here, catch me. It also has a pretty wild charge that can do a huge amount of damage too, and solid firing of ice damage. Now I was using a bazooka here trying to knock it out. I haven't really tested to see if that's a viable method to actually capture him if you're quick enough. Its wings have got a large wingspan, so you really do need to duck out of the way. So after the first few encounters I realised that I should be using the ice pillars that are on this lake. And what you need to do is, if you've not got lots of ammo and if you really have got the bare bones, let the pals do the work while you dodge and duck behind the pillars. It often gets glitched out or stuck, and so obviously you can take full advantage. It does mean that sometimes your creatures get stuck while you're trying to fight it, so you may have to release your pals back and forth to hopefully get them, just in case they aren't going around or attacking. I switched over to my Suzaka because my other creatures, like I said, were starting to starve, and it seems to do well. The pillars won't stop all of its attacks. You can see the frost breath there was still going through, but I was just far enough. It also shoots 3 pellets of ice at you as well that can do fairly rapid damage, so again something you've got to dodge around. But this is pretty much it, just letting my pals do the work because my weapons just weren't up to scratch, and just making sure that I was always having a pillar to run around. When it comes to actually capturing it, I had a hard time. I used 5 legendary capsules. I was level 7 myself, and it still wasn't really getting past this point. I was literally about to run out. I was trying some of my other capsules as well, because I knew that I was going to run out of the legendaries, and obviously they weren't doing much. I couldn't get it any lower than it was. You can see 3 health out of its original health pool. And this was it, my last legendary sphere, and it just came in clutch. I couldn't believe it. I tried 2 times to fight this boss and got wrecked the first time before bringing the right pals, and obviously I didn't even have enough legendary spheres then, but I was so pleased with all them legendary stats it's got. I've got a ton of diamonds, obviously ancient civilization parts and cold organs, as well as lots of precious entrails. So you need to breed one of these with a health sphere, one of the bats, and then that's how you get the knock version. Obviously you can unlock saddles for both of them as well, and obviously the knock version is going to give you lots of dark power energy with it too. You get cooling of 4 with the FROSTALLION, and the knock version will give you 4 gathering. So there you go, bring your best fire teams, bring maybe fire crossbows, fire bombs, any fire traps that you might have, or maybe try the glitch or cheat where you can set up a 2nd or 3rd base power box and let all of your pals deal with it. Either way, go and have fun getting one of the best ice creatures in the game. Check out the rest of my little mini boss guides and how to get all other 27 fusion pals, the unique ones that you can only get by breeding specific pals, and I'll see you ratbags later.